Hey Council, so I'm going to keep it brief. This week I had the opportunity to get introduced to several of the projects that are in the works between the University Admin and the UPEI-SU. So the first of those projects that I got to kind of touch on was FOIP. FOIP is the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy, and I had a meeting with Taya and an employee of the university, and that was in regards to the provincial government's recent announcement that they would be reviewing the policy. Our discussion centered around ensuring that the student union took an active stance in lobbying for strengthened legislation, and this would result in greater transparency in public bodies, which includes our school, and we hope to gain partnership with other island schools in moving forward in lobbying efforts. The second thing that I got to work on was the Strategic Plan Advisory Committee, and that's not the UPEI-SU one, that's over at the University Administration. Basically, what we've been discussing is just revising the pillars and values that our school is built on. Right now, our values are accountability and integrity, excellence, respect and collegiality, and shared responsibility. But in the next plan, we'd like to add inclusivity to that list, as we hold diversity at the highest regard, and would like that to be evident in our list of values. But I've also been working on the UPEI-SU Strategic Planning Committee, and mostly just trying to organize consultations, because we would like to have all of our consultations done by March the 2nd. I have been attempting to meet with athletics for the past 2 weeks, I think. But I do finally have a meeting scheduled for Tuesday with Chris and Lee. I also will be planning a meeting with Student Affairs to better understand their operations and see how we can improve the relationship between their organization and ours. I got to work briefly on the wave renovations. It was the first time I'd ever seen the blueprints for the plan, and I was beyond impressed. I feel very confident that you all and the rest of the student body will be just as much of a fan of it as I am. Senate meeting this week. Senate was pretty great. Something kind of monumental in our school's history happened. So in the past, UPEI students who complete their degree requirements at the end of the summer or fall semesters, they hadn't had any difficulty gaining access to international work visas or graduate studies at schools outside of Canada. However, something that's been increasing a lot is UPEI students who fulfilled their graduation requirements but had not yet had their degrees conferred by Senate and hadn't yet been convocated in the spring were being denied work visas and encountered conflicts in graduate study programs. So past practice in these circumstances have been to provide a transcript along with a letter that verified graduation requirements had been met and confirmed that yes, they are being convocated in the spring. However, particularly with U.S. Border Services, this is no longer enough. So this week a motion was approved that allowed Senate to approve graduate names whenever special circumstances made it necessary. So basically students don't have to wait until the spring if circumstances make that impossible for them. So this is a big first in our school's history, and I've got great faith that it will adequately deal with the issue to make the transition to work or higher education easier on our students. 50th Anniversary Working Group. That's basically like the party committee, because 2019 we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. Not obviously of the school, but of it being known as UPEI instead of St. Dunstan's Prince of Wales. This week we kind of just got the budget approved, so now we're in the middle of designing some really sweet merchandise and banners to get the student body all hyped up about it, because it's going to be great. And I'll probably be approaching you counselors soon, because we're going to be looking for event planners. Actually, I guess it's not you guys that'll be the next incoming counselors, but it's going to be an exciting time to be at UPEI next year. The Mental Health Initiative Fund. Now this is the good stuff, and this was, the promised stuff that you'd hear more about, but I will be posting a separate video about this soon, about a few proposals that the execs have come up with, and we just want to hear your feedback and your input, see what you like, what you don't like, just get back to us either way. The final thing was, well, I guess it's not the final thing, On Friday, I attended the Faculty Association Executives Award Ceremony, which was called FA Time, which you saw me post about a lot. Several undergraduate and graduate students were recognized for outstanding academic achievement, and it was wonderful to be there to meet and congratulate them on their success. So one final notice to counselors about elections. We are struggling to fill our graduate class positions. We have a couple for valedictorian, I think. I don't know if we have any like presidency or like any of the other like class officers positions. So if you wanted to relay information about these opportunities to your department heads and constituents, that would be phenomenal because nominations are closing on Thursday. So that would be amazing. Thank you.